Hey everyone, and welcome back towards the ESL Pro League Season 5 NA Division. And we're up for, I guess, the final match of the day. SK Gaming have taken the first map, D_overpass against Complexity 1-0. Now, going on towards Cash, do you believe that this is going to be a close contest, or not so close?
I'd have to think. My gut is telling me that SK are going to pull away with this one. I mean, that's also what I would have thought about the last map because it's SK and they're just amazing. But, I mean, Complexity looked good in that last map. They got themselves, I believe it was 10 rounds in the end, which is amazing. Like, to get double digits against such a top-tier team, you know, whether you do it against SK, Astralis, no matter who you do it against, is definitely a good thing. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see more out of Complexity this time. And certainly, that's what I'm hoping for because competitive matches are always what we want to see here on ESL Pro League streams. But my gut is telling me SK are going to do it quite convincingly.
Yeah, so let's take a quick look at the schedule. So not only a recap for today, but also for the matches coming up. So at the moment on the mainstream, looks like a very, very tight fight on Cobblestone between Luminosity Gaming and Renegades, 13-12. And just recapping over towards what happened earlier today. Winterfox losing 2-0 compared to CLG, and Team Liquid also taking a 2-0 over Misfits. I guess with a CLG versus Winterfox, maybe not expecting the Mirage result, or expecting a close one. Even with the Australian bias, I was expecting a bit of a closer result, but that just showed, I guess, the class of CLG just completely above Winterfox.
Absolutely. CLG were looking very, very good indeed, and they have recently made that roster change as well of FNS coming back into the roster, so I'm glad to see that's working out for them as well, and they can try to return to, you know, the higher tiers of the NA scene. But we've already seen CLG on stream today. Who we have not seen, at least for a second time, is SK versus Complexity, which is where we're going to be now. Complexity will be taking the C side. SK on the CT starting here on Cache.
Yeah, as I think this is going to be very advantageous for Complexity, as a matter of fact. Cache is a map where you can really dictate where you want to go. And, you know, as a result, Complexity have a bit of time to think about it. Okay, we've been on the T side for 2 times now, but how are we going to play it around? You know, we just came off our T side. You know, it was a bit of a brutal defeat. You know, we thought we could come a little bit closer towards SK Gaming. What can we do to equalize the situation? You can see at the moment, Phelps just going to be baiting out Fallen a little bit. Complexity not making a move. Very, very slow pistol round, which is a bit unusual. You'd expect sometimes occasionally a CT to start pushing in by now, but this is great discipline coming out from both teams. A little bit of noise made towards A. It makes me think it's going to be a fake towards B side, as a matter of fact. You can hear the Ts were running close towards A main, making noise, and now they're backing out.
Yeah, and the bomb being already over towards B as well. They're trying to bait SK into rotating early, which is definitely a good idea. I mean, when you're up against a team who has a higher, well, I suppose a higher skill level than you, the best fight you can take is one that's uneven, and the best way to get an uneven fight is to force early rotations, but they're going to be running in here now. coL on the side, such a strong pistol player, will find the first shot onto Android, looking for more. The T's trying to come in, but coL with another one, could get the third here as well, having time to reload, which is crucial for him. The T's getting 2 kills in the meantime. coL still contesting in the back of this site, so much damage taken, he will eventually fall. Taco coming in through the vents, trying to get back in here. Surreal playing close. Already 2 USPs picked up for the T side, which means the weapon advantage is largely negated now. Just going to be a straight brawl here between Fur and Taco and the remainder of Complexity. That's a nice shot from Desi, though, taking out Taco, and now Fur all on his shoulders. Will find the first click onto Surreal, trying to move in here. Player in the back of the site, player over at Headshot. A lot for him to deal with. Complexity looking good here so far, but you can't peek him one like this. You got to peek together, because he'll do this to you. Fur finding the first kill, trying to find the last one now. He's going to get a chance to reload, not quite. Uber will eventually close it out, and Complexity with the pistol round in the 1v1.
Complexity has shown a very, very strong pistol side so far. I mean, you saw just then Desi, 3 kills, Uber, just the nerve to wait towards the end. It was really close, though. Fur, with just that reaction, as you mentioned, I would not have peeked at all. I would have just been like, you can just die. I'm just going to sit here and just wait for him to get onto the site. That's just how scary, because that just felt like Fur could be able to flick. Still a bit of danger for Complexity to navigate through. It is a bit of a pistol buy coming out from SK and Fallen with the USB only. Indicates that they are looking for the AWP pickers. Oh, the timing. Phelps will get punished for that. Fallen decides to pick up the CZ and will back out wisely. He is going to sprint for his life, and he'll be able to make it out safely. This is a knife one towards the vent, but that's okay. He's still going to get out alive. That was the key part.
Fortunately, and this game is SK versus Complexity,
coL Zero with a Deagle towards Sunroom.
coL, he's so good with that gun. I mean, he's good with every gun, but the Deagle is one of those things he can really get kills with. So we'll have to see. Complexity, they're going to have to do something to limit the kills that these pistols get. And Taco looking to get another one here. Does have 2 players facing him, though. Going to fall back from that one for now. Bomb also in A main. I'm not sure if he spotted that, but looking at his teammates, there's 3 of them over here. Looks like they have spotted it for now. And Fallen going to get that long-range CZ kill onto Def as well, hitting him in the head. And Complexity, this is not what you can do in this round. It's starting to fall apart from here. They do still have the guns. They can obviously still bring this back, but not a great start so far.
Yeah, trying to piss off the A side at the moment. There's a flashbang, and now this is a crucial Molotov. He's going to land the correct place. So Fur, Fallen just with the CZ towards C connector. Taco getting a kill at Forklift. It's gone terribly wrong for Complexity. Android's going to do his best to try to convert this situation to something a little bit less awkward. Fallen has an AK-47 now. coL is still with a Deagle. We saw him pick up an earlier kill towards that B side. So he's going to be looking to add towards his notch. Fallen making full use out of Phelps CZ, honoring his dead comrade in the best way possible, which is killing as many enemies with your weapon. And Android just maybe tempted to let time run out, but Fallen doesn't even need the AK. Doesn't even need it. Just picks up the CZ, and that, I guess, is just Complexity just losing control completely, getting out-aimed by pistols, and then charging to their own death. And that's just sharp aim coming in from SK.
And taking the 1v1 battles as well. I mean, sure, they should have the advantage when they have rifles up against pistols, but in anti-ecos like that, especially against, like, again, as we've said, a higher skill team, you should be grouping up, trying to take those fights together and not giving them the one-on-ones, because you'll have Fallen who gets a 3K on you with a CZ for apparently no reason other than that he wants to, and that's just going to shut you down. So now, Complexity just going to be stuck on pistols, a little bit of armor onto Def and Uber, Deagle, couple P250s, but SK with all the rifles in the world. Only UMP is on coL. The rest of them do have rifles. That coL for Taco, you know, bit of a downgrade, but still infinitely better than the pistols of Complexity. And you'd think this one's going to be a shutdown, although we have seen them get anything done. Heavy damage through the smoke there from Fur. This grenade could actually finish off Surreal. If he throws it, he won't. He would just switch weapons, calm as you please, and take down Uber. The running shot there. The tracking is so nice in that. The grenade in does 10 damage over to Def. Fallen picking up another one in the meantime, and there's Taco chiming in from Forklift, getting himself 1 and 2, shutting him down, and now Def, last player remaining, will eventually go down. Fur cleans it up. So, expected result there, SK cleaning up that anti-eco.
Yeah, I mean, that was just clean. They didn't even lose a single player, and they can see the confidence now coming in behind this is that they're more than happy to take the aim deals against pistols, and really Complexity, it's just difficult to come on towards a site with no grenades. You can see in this one, they have to rely on just a single set of utility on Desi, which is that smoke grenade and flashbang. Maybe potentially going towards that fast A, maybe a fast boost coming out. Looks like Android trying to go for a quick pick towards mid. Decides to back up wisely. Going actually over towards the Galil, because I remember we were mentioning the Galil earlier as a weapon as Fur takes control of A main. Fallen gets a pick. Galil's not too bad on the CT side, especially it is a weaker version of M4. The biggest problem with the Galil is the first bullet accuracy. That's the only issue with it is, well, there's a bit of dueling happening between Android and Fur. Android does cop a little bit more damage and doesn't die. Now does die. Fur decides to take him out. Fur gets a double kill, and Taco showing that, you know, Galil, it's not that bad of a gun. Gets a kill. Fur cleaning up. Anti-eco standard Complexity trying to get the bomb plant down. They can't do anything.
Yeah, not much happening there for Complexity. And the Galil, especially good on CT side when your enemies don't have head armor, because then it's, apart from that accuracy issue, as you said, it's basically just as good as any other gun in the game because, well, as good as an AK, really, which is the best sort of rifle you can get because it's just one-shot headshot.
It's a replacement for the M4. It's a very cheap, you know, very, very cheap knockoff version of the M4. But it does its job, you know, it will do 85 damage in a dink. And as a
like
CT,
6 less than the M4.
Your weapon is going to do the same as Def just goes right over Fallen. Playing at the edge of the smoke as Taco's going to be punished for it, and Fallen misses a lot of critical shots. Def punished him rightly for that, and now they're just suddenly up. They just take clean one-on-one victories as I think SK Gaming get a little bit too confident. Trying to go for the one-on-one deal is not going to work out in their favor this time. Complexity going to strike back, but SK Gaming should have enough cash to take him to the next round. Complexity should go up 2-3, barring once again a huge play coming up from Fur, but with the Molotov and flashbang, it looks like he's just aiming to save.
Absolutely, and I mean, Fur could actually get some saving kills if they do push for him here, but looks like they're not going to. And I mean, Complexity there, making us eat our words. Of course, we happen to say, you know, their main issue is against SK, they're going to be losing a lot of aim duels, but definitely not the case this time. I mean, we did see a little bit of caking from Fallen as he couldn't quite get those shots on the mark. He did a bit of damage, but instead of going for the spray, he was sticking for that burst headshot, trying to find it, and couldn't get the job done, and Def punished him for that. So, I mean, Fur could get a kill here, but the rest of SK just getting shut down a bit unexpectedly by Complexity now, and Fur does split out the shoulder, will be taking down Def, maybe getting another kill here at most if Android pushes all the way into him, but definitely no chance of him in this round. He's not going for this. He just wants to keep this alive. He could actually steal that AK he just dropped if he can get to it. Spots out the head of Android. Android on that jump bit this time, but will actually win the duel against Fur, and only a single player lost in a gun round in a 5-on-5. That's pretty ridiculous out of Complexity.
Absolutely critical. But now here come the AWPs. This is the, I guess, intense time Would have loved to see Taco pick up the third AWP. Would not have been unusual for SK.
Oh, even 5 AWPs isn't unusual for SK.
I mean, it makes sense, right? You shoot once, and then if everyone shoots once and gets the kill, then you win the round.
Exactly. It's easy. It's simple geometry, simple mathematics.
Oh, this is the perfect angle of Fallen, and they should suspect that.
Wow.
I'm not sure why they're trying to peek it. I think they should have suspected that that was a Z-connected boost.
They may have just thought it was a timing shot through the smoke, but not going to be the case. So Fallen able to capitalize there early, and they're so smart with the way they use their weaponry, SK. That's a really good start for them. But Complexity, of course, going to be looking to capitalize on this one. Now, Surreal down to 17 HP from that first flick leg from Fallen there in Z. He almost got himself 2 kills, but only going to get the 1. But now cold over, holding the CT vents. Phelps just behind him to back him up if they do decide to push through. Uber in B main on the other side of this smoke, trying to contest what he can. But for now, Complexity really, they've got to group up and try and recover from this one-man disadvantage they find themselves in.
Oh, if they go through event, it may be a bit problematic. Phelps is going to be helped out by cold. It looks like they're slowly trending their way towards B site. Going to be relying on their aim with the AK-47s to get the entries. Looks like Complexity just taking their time, you know, see if they can find any opportunities, but time is ticking away. They have the utility to do so. You're going to be using a little bit now. Just clear out a couple of lines. SK wisely backing off on towards the site. Oh, looks like cold does take a bit of damage, but he's still got that angle with the AWP. And, well, Uber's trying to draw out a shot. He will be able to draw it out. Does a lot of damage as well, but they're supporting the site once again. Phelps can dance around for a long time. cold taking his time. Phelps also picks up Surreal at the same time. Desi does get the trade, but cold on the site gets another one. Fallen, I almost know he got that, but cold on the site shuts him down at 12 HP. And SK Gaming, you know, bringing out the big guns, the big green, and showing Complexity who's boss.
Man, I thought Fallen got that as well. That no-scope looked on target, but as it's a no-scope, you know, you can't rely on those unless, of course, your name is simple and you're falling through the air. But that was also on this map, but an entirely different matchup. And now, SK, they do have the advantage for now. They've still got this double AWP up on Fallen and cold, which is just so effective as well. I mean, they're both so dangerous. Fallen, of course, the AWPer for the team, but cold equally as capable with that thing. And Complexity are going to be looking to try and make up anything that they can. They do have 3 AKs, which is a good start for them, but Def and Android being limited to just pistols, which is not going to be great. And this angle from cold through the smoke as well is so sneaky.
Yeah, he picks off Def almost instantly, and he does have a bit of support just waiting inside the smoke because he knows that Complexity want to trade him out. Now, Phelps does fall on the site. cold still waiting inside the smoke, as he is going to be blinded out alongside with Fer trying to come in through vent. Great flashbang usage from Complexity to get on towards this B bomb site, but still a lot of work for them to do because Molotov's coming out. They've got a good retake. cold does not spot that close B main, and Uber's blinded out. That's unfortunate timing, but Fer should be able to get this trade. They know Uber's close towards checkers. There's a flashbang to allow cold out. Picks off Desi. Goes to the no-scope, but Fer's ready there. That's great teamwork coming out from SK. Now a 2-on-4. Surreal's made noise. They know where he is, and well, they're just going to hop straight by. Great usage of the jump coming out from Taco. Android, they just line up for Android. It's only 1 or 2. 7 bullets, but all he needs is 4. 2 dinks. He's going to be mauled out. Taco, he's taking damage from a Fallen. It's not going to mess with the AWP. And we'll be able to get the defuse on time. So Complexity able to take the B site and do quite a lot of damage to that force buy, but SK Gaming just proving a little bit too strong on the retake and able to get the kills working in their favor. 5-2.
And able to save that double AWP as well. I mean, cold did eventually go down. His AWP was dropped, but Taco able to pick that thing up for his teammate and get that across the line. Looking at the kills here, Fer, KD have 3, 9 and 3 here. Top frag on the Complexity side. It's going to be Desi on 6 and 6. So that sort of tells the story, really. It's sort of even to negative KD for Complexity and mostly positive for SK, which is as you'd expect. But Complexity, a bit of a rougher start to this one, but early days yet. We are in the 8th round now, which also should go SK's way based on these pistols. They're also going to get this boost in here. Taco going up high, just waiting for his time. He can shut down this entire rush. I mean, even if Complexity check it, with only pistols, I don't think there's much chance to take him down. So the A site, not looking good for them right now. We'll have to see what they can do.
Look, with these smokes and flashes, they just want to get on the site and try to get a bomb plant down. You can see it at the moment. They are going to be exiting. Oh, they just surround. Actually get the first 2 picks on A site. Fallen's in a very awkward angle. Trying to go for the picks. He actually makes it work, though. Still watching the angle. Phelps completely blind. Gets a pick on towards Uber with the UMP. And, sharp shot coming out from Android. But Fallen, sharp as steel, gets the trade. Still a 2-on-2. They don't know the bomb's actually on the site. They haven't spotted anyone, so they're just waiting around. They may suspect it may be going towards B. No one spotted out yet. Surreal's going to jump up. Very brave move, but there's no one there. Molly on the forklift should give away some indication that actually is on A site instead. But they're not peeking out. There's a smoke grenade. Oh, that's a great flashbang. Beautiful teamwork coming out of SK. allows Fallen to get that pick on towards Surreal. Now it's all up to Desi. No,
ready.
he had to be boosted up there. And cold the double AWP setup coming from SK. It looked a bit of a hairy round. Complexity able to get the first 2 picks, but unable to get the bomb plant down, and that cost them at the end of the day.
But 3 kills in a pistol round against a full buy and against SK, that's excellent for them. I mean, they're not so far down that every round win is that crucial. They'll be happy with that. I mean, the bomb down would have been the icing on the cake there, but the damage was decent. It's going to keep the economy of SK a little bit lower. I mean, we do have Fur and Phelps down around the $500 mark. The rest of their teammates in no such troubles, but at least a bit of economic damage done so far. And this one's going to be another full buy round. Fast B rush, I just said, coming in. cold will take def early on with that peek in through the smoke. I mean, he must have got in there just before it popped. It's a very common aggressive AWP tactic when a smoke is thrown. Just peek before it blooms, and you can potentially get a quick, easy shot because no one expects it. But now the pressure's going to continue coming his way. Already got the first pick. Out through the smoke is Uber and will go down. cold looking strong here to do some more. He's still got a lot of players to find. Actually, he's going to get dinked there through the corner of that box, down to 20 HP. Lots of work to do here. His teammates are coming. Fallen is here. The double AWP is here. And Phelps coming through behind. Surreal will take down Fallen. That's a nice shot there, but still lots to do. And a 3-on-4. Here comes Phelps on the flank as well. Finds himself one, looking to finish it out, and certainly not easy for Complexity.
Yeah, it's just easy work for cold at the moment. He's just stopping this B rush completely cold by himself. And, well, poor Android does actually get Phelps, so still a bit of opportunity in here, but cold doesn't let the opportunity slip. Picks up a 4 kill for this round. Shuts Complexity down on their B site taken. Well, it's back to the drawing board. A side probably being the vulnerable side at the moment. They probably want to angle their efforts there once again. I mean, mid so far it's worked for one of their rounds, but definitely this A side. They've got to try something. No smoke grenades this time around, just body armor. They've lost a lot of rounds, so the lost money is starting to come in for them, which isn't something that they really want.
Yeah, well, exactly. They need to do something here, Complexity, and they're down 5 rounds. They do have a couple of Deagles out, and last time I did this, it worked very well for them. They managed to get those first picks towards the A side. Let's see if that's where they go this time. It is looking like it for now, but we'll just have to see what they can pull off. Phelps getting challenged in mid, looking for that pick towards Android. No such doing for now, and Taika looking to help him out as well. Heavy damage from that grenade as Fur eventually taps down Uber. That is the first kill gone, but Def with a wallbang headshot onto Fallen. That's a nice pick there. I believe that was over towards the A side. Yeah, that was through the squeaky door. Spamming through. Actually, he's still doing it as Taco, smarter than that, will counter spam him and pick up the AWP. But a nice pick to start off with, but now it's starting to fall apart. Taco goes down. Desi actually gets one, but he's already got a player behind him. That is Phelps coming through, looking for this kill, and will close it out. So SK now 8-2. Again, good damage from Complexity. They are getting a couple kills pretty consistently on these ecos, but you do have to start winning these rounds.
Yeah, it's just not enough, and a pause coming out. Would believe it's a Complexity attack pause on their buy round, and they need to start talking things over. You know what's at the moment, B side is just a no-go zone. cold is just hitting his shots. If you don't have the Molotovs to blanket the site, you can't get in there. And he's most likely going to get the first pick because he's shown he can maneuver from checkers, go somewhere else, get another pick, and then fall back to site or even tree. And he's probably going to take you out through smoke as well. So A site as well as mid is still the key for Complexity. They just got to figure out, okay, we've tried the fast mid boost. It worked a couple of times because the Molotov didn't come off across correctly for the CTs. It really punished Phelps as he was trying to enter through, and Fallen couldn't get that headshot. They need to replicate those rounds. Take mid control off the CTs. Either force SK back into the bomb sites and hold secure, and that's when you use the Molotov. So as soon as you get one pick, you can execute onto a site because you know that they have to try to risk regaining that mid control, or they fall back to the site. If they fall back to the site, great. Molotovs onto the site, execute, kill them all.
Absolutely, and as you said, I mean, this is attack pause here for Complexity, so they've got a chance, they had a chance to talk about what they could actually do to try and make it up, and as you said, I agree with you, they're going to have to move towards B, but the change-up is here already. Look at Fallen, pushing aggressive into mid, wanting to shut this down early, and sure, cold's been shutting them down on B every time they've gone there, but now Fallen looking to take the fight in mid. Question is, will he be ready for this pick from Surreal if he goes for it? Does have a teammate supporting him out Z, so maybe get away for now, but Phelps forced to fall back as well. Had Surreal pick there, he might have had a chance, but now Fallen once again ready for this. Going to throw a smoke out towards the main entrance there, or exit of Garage, so he can only look towards Boost and have his undivided attention on the one spot he thinks he's going to be picked from, and he'll be right about that. Phelps also there to back him up still, so maybe an opening there for Complexity, but I think that has closed now, and I'll have to see what else they can make of this round.
You can see how confident right now SK Gaming are, because you can see cold. Normally you wouldn't leave a AWPer by himself on the B side with no support, but they've got this mid control. It looks like Complexity slowly going to be executing out. Phelps making his way underneath Boost, or towards counter Boost, should I say, as Android. So he thinks about making his way up mid, decides against it. Def now coming very, very close. Oh, spots out Phelps and neutralizes him just like that. Surreal still locking down the angle. Fallen, not much that he can really do. What a sharp shot coming out from Fallen. Takes that minute opportunity and sees it with both hands. He does need to back off towards Z, though. Needs to hold on towards this line because now coL is under a lot of threat. Actually, is going to potentially peek Z. They are going towards the B site with a fake towards A. Def making a little bit of noise. And Fallen is going to get another shot going through. coL now should be able to hear this B site execute. Gets one on towards Uber. Surreal has this line locked down. Needs to at least get this kill. But coL, he can just buy time. He knows that complexity, the time is not with them. Bomb plant will go down. Great Molotov to force Surreal off that position as one of his other teammates are coming through.
Nice grenade.
First should be able to get this kill on towards Surreal. There you have it. Fer gets that kill, and all of a sudden up to Desi, and he can't deal too many lines. Fer's going to clean up. And really, the story to tell at the moment is just this double AWP setup is too potent for complexity to counter.
Oh man, the AWPs on SK right now are on point. I mean, Fallen, of course, we expect him to be good. That first flick was ridiculous, to say the least, as we expect from Fallen. But coL, of course, maybe not being as flashy as Fallen right now, but then again, he doesn't need to be. He's sitting on B side, he's doing his job, he's anchoring the site, he's good for at least a kill, maybe two on the entry. So being so consistent right now means that they can afford to have, you know, we'll just leave the AWP. We'll leave coL on B, he can hold that by himself, and then we'll have a couple guys playing retake, or playing rotate, I guess. They can just play mid, play A, whatever, rotate in, help coL out if he needs it. Phelps is going to start here in this round, but could be an early pick here from coL. Shoots a little bit too early. Could find them out as they're walking here. That grenade going to be good. System damage by the looks of things. Will do a bit. Goes for the AWP push, but here they come through the smoke. This position from Phelps. Only going to find one, but coL's already found two in this round. Found three! My goodness, coL almost shuts Uber down as well. But Uber, 40 HP, left in a 1-on-3. coL, so consistent on this bomb site. Finding a 3K in the middle of a full rush from the T's. And Uber, not too much of a chance left in this one. Does have 40 HP. Does have the bomb. Does have a minute and a bit to play with, but against SK, 3 full HP players, 3 kits, 2 Molotovs to deny him the bomb site and deny him the bomb plant. Not going to be easy.
And this is so smart coming out from SK right now. They just you know, just slowly box in. They don't want to make the hero play. You can see Taco doesn't want to push out beyond. He doesn't want to give an opportunity over towards Uber. He is, you know, just let Uber have enough rope, just take himself out because he has so many lines to check. He's got to check tree. He's got to check, you know, heaven. He's got to check towards that B main area. And eventually, you know, he has to try to make a play. And unfortunately, SK Gaming is not going to allow that. So now 10-2. And complexity, you know, just left reeling. They're just forcing up at the moment. They couldn't get the bomb plant down. They're just trying desperate things to do now.
Absolutely, and that's really all they can try right now because it's not like they've had some massive, like, glaring strategical flaw that's been allowing SK to run away with it. It's just right now, they go B, they get shut down by coL. They go mid, they get shut down by Fallen. They go A, they get shut down by the Riflers. I mean, they're just being out-aimed on every part of the map. And as a team, there's not really too much you can do to adapt to when you're just being out-skilled. But that said, Complexity do have themselves 3 AK-47s and 2 Tech-9s to try and make this one happen. But these angles are already being held. Taco already looking towards that Squeaky. Smokes and flashes coming into A, but already here to counter SK. Phelps just going to push forward out of that Molotov. Another Molotov for him to step in. Actually will get taken out, but Taco still here on this bomb site. Does do the damage. Gets taken out eventually by Android. Trades going every which way. 3 against 3 right now. Make that 3 against 2, but so much damage being taken. Fallen finding a pick there again. He's just being so consistent here and actually pushing in. That's very aggressive from Fallen. Uber will eventually find that shot in cold now. Left in a 1-on-2. Does have the AWP. Could actually find the collide here if this peak doesn't work out, but it does. Android will take him down, and finally an answering round for Complexity.
Yeah, able to crack open that A site. That is the answer that looks like the Complexity may be tempted to go towards there again. Unless for SK Gaming, you know, they can still purchase up in this one, but this is pretty much the last of most of their reserves, so they have to be a little bit more cautious going on towards potentially the final round. They don't want to give Complexity too much more space after this. So, Complexity going to be lining up for the A site take once again, as expected. You know, they see a glimpse of weakness, and Uber decides to challenge towards the B site. So coL, you know, just so aggressively up. He's very confident right now. He gets so much information, goes, nah, it's a fake B, guys. Just hold you. They're most likely still to come A. It was just them trying to fake us out.
And he's still pushing as well, coL. The aggression here is so ridiculous, and the confidence here is so ridiculous, which, of course, we expect from coL, but to see it playing out in this sort of way, he's moving solo. There is no rifle, there is no flashbang here to help him out. And he keeps going. He might run all the way into Surreal, but for now, having taken up this sunroom angle, that's such a huge advantage for SK. Before they even get a kill, Complexity are going to lose map control before they've already lost map control without even knowing about it.
Yeah, and That's the whole thing, because it allows SK to focus their attention towards mid as well as towards the A site, which is where they suspect that the assault is going to be. Because Complexity have only taken mid and A successfully so far. B is just a no-go zone. So once again, you can see that SK just lining up the grenades, ready to just counteract any default that Complexity is going to use. And Desi looks like Def is going to be tagged down. It might have been an AWP shot from Fallen, as Fallen is going to be mollied off towards Sandbags. He is going to take a lot of damage crossing out to the open, but he's going to burn to death. But Phelps and Fur, the double F towards Ubo is going to take him out. Def, though, able to get another pick. Surreal ducking underneath the headshot angle coming out from Taco. They are coming on towards the A site now. Taco missing quite a lot of shots. Will calibrate and land that on towards Desi. Def jumping on top of the forklift. Will be able to make his way on towards Catwalk, but taken out all after Surreal now on a 1-on-0 because he's dead.
Well, a nothing on 3, not a 1-on-0. But
yeah, true that.
Look, either way, he goes down, and now final round of the half here. Almost no money for Complexity. The best they can do here is pistol armor, or they can have their player who's on $3,000 buy an AK, drop it to someone, and have them go for a hero play.
But
Armor Tech 9 is definitely the better play here, and indeed that. No, they actually did go for that AK Force, and I assume they'll be dropping it over to someone else to use who has more armor, maybe not. They do have 3 players with full head armor, but Surreal obviously just feeling good with that AK right now, and he is really their only chance in this round. I mean, Def's been pretty good with the Desert Eagle so far. Desi showed a little bit as well, but it's a triple AWP now from SK as well. Taco picking up the 3rd big green gun for their team, and you'd think that's going to be too much for Complexity to handle.
To be fair, if they get the smokes across and they can bust into a site, the triple AWP is a big, I guess, disadvantage. But once again, you see cold Zero so confident, has Phelps this time with him to get this territory control. Fallen still playing towards quad, just waiting it out. He will be mollowed out though as they begin to execute on towards the A side. There's a bomb. Taco gets 1 kill, and there you have it. Taco gets 2 kills as a matter of fact with the AWP. He doesn't need to, I guess, be coddled as Desi through the edge of the wall. Just that's a sharp shot. HE grenade does a little bit of damage as cold Zero just showing himself to be a little bit sharper still. Knows that Surreal is somewhere towards underneath boost. He's just shooting away.
Oh my goodness, I think he spotted the barrel there. I'm not sure about that, but trying to hit that shot, going for it, and not quite enough just yet. But a 2-on-3 here, and Phelps' that position is perfect. Now Surreal stuck in A main, the only person here with any chance of getting this one done. And the bomb is down, not quite planning for him, but the double pick comes in, and Cold, of all people, will get that shot. Cold has been so on fire so far. For a person named Cold, he's been very hot indeed, and 12-3 for SK on Cage.
This is just completely dominating for SK, so we'll take a quick break. SK, can they close up in the T half? Most likely, but we'll find out. Stay tuned.
I can't understand people watching somebody play a computer game.
It's still not a sport.
It shouldn't be on a sports network.
But I don't know if athlete is the right word.
Ready? Huh? Hey, easy boy, huh? You ready? Huh?
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the second half of the second map between SK Gaming and Complexity for the ESL Pro League Season 5 NA Division. And SK obviously dominating CT half. There's really not much you can do for Complexity. SK Gaming just showing exactly why they're a top 3 team in the world, should I say. Complexity, you know, they're trying to B push, get information, but, you know, getting information is one part. You still got to hold up the push on A side and try to kill all of SK, which has been the problem so far.
And not only that, getting information, but using that information. Although, Desi is going to find that first pick on a Phelps. That's a good start here in this pistol round, but bomb already going down for SK. I mean, Complexity have hardly seen anyone. They've seen one player, which they've killed. The bomb is down on A, and they've really not seen anyone else. Now that highway player is going to be Desi. They're just getting spotted out. Nice shot there onto Further. 2K in the round for him so far. Desi putting in the work, trying to bring his team back into this one. Fallen, perfect flashbang, blinds up a few of the Complexity. I think all of the Complexity players, actually. But now, all the kills come in for Complexity. Def with 2, Android with the last one, and the pistol round out of nowhere for them is going to go their way, and at least they can try and mount, they can start the comeback here.
They're so strong with pistols, Complexity they are. And I believe that's 3 pistol rounds actually won by Complexity.
Yeah.
Not sure if it's 4 or 3, but definitely the majority have been won by Complexity, which shows, you know, they have the potency, and that's actually a crucial, I guess, start. I mean, a lot of people go, pistol round, you know, it's only, you know, 2 rounds, but it starts building, I guess, your campaign going forward. Bomb plant does go down, so it looks like it's the Wild West. 5 Desert Eagles coming out.
Classic deco.
3 helmet as well as body armor coming out for Fur, Taco, and cold Zero as well. Going to be stacking closer towards the B side to see if they can find a couple of picks, and this is where you get a little bit nervous in Complexity. Let's see if they can hold on, because we've seen the damage that SK Gaming can do with these Magnums. Can Complexity mitigate this?
I mean, Android's going to be the first person to have to answer that question here for us, because he's been the first one peeking. Cold does spot the shoulder. Def going to find a pick in the meantime, though, getting the wallbang headshot with his M4. I believe it was on the other side of the map, but for now, it looks like the pressure is still going to be towards this B side here. Android will pick up Phelps in the vents. Still looking towards B main. There is 2 players here. They are daring him to peek. They want him to peek because they would love SK a kill to get themselves into this round. But the flash is still coming through. Actually going to blind out one player, but not going to blind out the others. And coL going to pick up that kill onto Android. So there's a start now, but still 3 players very close to this B side, and Uber all the way out behind him. He wants SK to back away from his teammates. He'd love to be able to pick them all up, but for now, he's just waiting around till his teammates tell him that SK have committed, and then I'm sure he'll be coming through on that flank, but these teammates not actually going to be telling him that as SK are falling back for now. I mean, coL's still here trying to do the damage, but we'll get taken down through the smoke by Desi, so nice shooting there, and now Uber is in the perfect position here. They're actually already pushing up mid, so we're going to be the one to call this out. Actually gets the first kill, could finish the whole thing off himself here, and he will. Bit of extra money there with that MP7, so didn't even need Uber on the flank, but nice positioning there from Complexity. They were prepared for that, for those terrorists to go any which way.
Yeah, so, I mean, with that force by coming out with the Desert Eagle as well as body armor, SK won't be able to get any more weapons in this one. So normally you expect, you know, the buy round, but that's okay, because I think they're angling to, you know, buy AWPs, get more utility. Use these rounds as just, you know, let's see what we can do with the Desert Eagles. Let's see what we can do with minimal investment. They did a little bit of damage, didn't really get through that time around as cold Zero.
Oh,
whoa, what a shot coming out from cold Zero. He looks for more. He's hungry, but Complexity have to give up A site. And if SK Gaming know this, it's all up to Uber to hold this up at the moment. And Android needs to rotate over. And it looks like it is going to be Surreal rotating over, but there's just so much pressure on the A site at the moment. They just need to hold on for dear life.
Yeah, Complexity here, a bit of a tough situation. Need to get whatever done that they can. Uber, that's a nice Molotov to deny. I believe that is Taco and Squeaky for now. So at least no pressure from there, but SK, of course. I mean, we've seen it already from coL. You can't count these guys out, no matter what they have. And of course, the other thing they have is a massive round lead. So, oh, Surreal. He is so close to Phelps. He does not know it, though. He's getting so close. Nice spray there, actually finds 2. Phelps with the M4 will trade him, but get taken down. So still looking good here for Complexity to do this one. It's coL and Taco remaining, but coL trying to get another kill. Nice shot from Desi to close him out. And now Taco, P250, no armor, 1 on 3. Desi is perhaps an easy frag with 3 HP. Uber maybe as well, down to 26, but Android still on full health here is going to be difficult to deal with, and Taco has 40 seconds to try and get this bomb in Uber. This peak will be perfect, although gets taken down by Uber, and that's one of the higher HP players gone. Android still being a menace, but both of the Complexity guys playing this together from truck, actually peeking a little bit early, but playing the long-range angles, which is going to give Taco a very hard time with that P250, and sure enough, Android will take him out with that UMP. 1 M4 there, actually 2 M4s saved for the Complexity guys. So that's good for them and means they can continue working towards catching up to SK here.
Yeah, no AWP this time around, but that's a lot of utility on all of the AKs. They should be ready for a full site execute. Complexity doing well to at very least get the eco wins. Anti-ecos, you know, manage to mitigate the danger, able to take the victory at the end of the day. So, at the very least, a good starting platform for them to build up a possible comeback. But SK Gaming, they've got the experience. Look at this. Phelps straight out.
Oh,
They're
Phelps.
blind. Phelps only get one, though. Didn't really have to back up, but there we have it. There's a backup coming out from Fur. We'll be able to get the trade. Android just at Sandbags a little bit late. I think he was blinded out. There's a Molotov towards Sandbag. It's going to be a little hot under pressure. And this means that SK knows where he is. Going to flash himself out. And Fur has spotted him. Android watching the line.
Crosshair placement, perfect from Fur there to get that kill. And now a 1-on-3 actually as coL going through vents will perfectly take down that other player. I believe that was Desi going down, and now Uber left with it all to do. Fur already very close to him. Nice snap there from Uber. We'll get rid of Fur for now, but already it's going to be coL waiting for him here. Nice movement actually from Uber to maybe dodge the initial crosshair placement of coL, but coL will clean up that kill. And 13 now for SK, grinding their way towards this map point. At this point, it feels more of a formality of when than if.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, Complexity, oh, such a hard decision to do. And I think they made a decision to go and force into the next one. So if they can take this, it'd be a miracle. Because it's going to be very difficult. SK Gaming are going to give them the full respect. Look at that, 5 AK-47s. They're expecting a force buy. They're going to give a lot of space towards Complexity. You can see this at the moment. They're spread out on a default. Uber coming across towards Taco. That is sharp coming in from Uber. Getting the headshot in the body to follow up on towards Taco. That's an AK loss for the teams, and that's actually some crucial territory as well. They've reclaimed the AK-47. Molotov going out on towards Def. He does manage to duck out, and Complexity are now trying to collapse upon Fallen.
That Molotov's got to be so close to Def.
So now Fallen just clearing out a couple of lines, spraying through, but he's just holding on at the moment. I think suspects that Death is there, and he takes him out. There's no more pressure. He's coming in from A main. Now they're coming towards the base. The bomb hasn't been retrieved yet. Complexity still holding on, but Fur just cutting out the rotation. One easy kill on towards Desi. Won't be able to get the second one because Uber does come across a little bit later. He's down towards 40 HP, as I guess that is... Well, Surreal is trying to pick up the AK-47. Fallen says no.
Fallen's ready for that. Of course, Fallen is ready for that. Fallen's ready for everything, it seems. And coL gets a kill, and now Uber, the only one remaining, does a little bit of damage to Phelps. Going to be looking for this headshot to continue what he did at the start of the round, but nothing else done for him. And SK now 14 against Complexity 6. I mean, sure, Complexity will have a buy here. They'll be able to... No AWP for them, but no AWP for SK either. I mean, the AWP could have been helpful on their CT side. They're not going to be able to afford it. They will get 3 M4s out, 2 UMPs to try and hold this one off. We'll have to see, though, what happens here from SK because their entries have been looking sharp. Their aim has been looking sharp all game. I mean, coL, of course, looked amazing on the AWP, as did Fallen. No AWPs this time, but Fallen showing last round that he's equally as good on rifles, and coL definitely not far behind. And Desi, though, look at this peek. That flash is so unfortunate. Android will get the trade, though. That's good. They move as a unit, Complexity. They get themselves the 1-for-1, which is definitely good in terms of, you know, taking a bit of map control and trying to keep control of it, but Fallen looking to move in here, trying to do what he can. Maybe throwing out a few grenades towards his B side, trying to fake it. The bomb is actually over here as well, but no player holding it. It's just, that's where they've left that thing. So remains to be seen whether or not SK will commit over here. As for now, it's only Fallen.
I don't think so. I think Fallen's just trying to make sure that they still retain that B-side control. So throwing a couple of grenades, you know, just keeping Complexity on their nerves. Def has not moved from this position as... Well, there's just one very, very close at the moment. Android thinking about peeking out. Fallen, I think, needs to suspect that Checkers is a very, very, very unsafe place to go into at the moment. You can see at the moment he's just clearing the lines very slowly. Android just playing within pit, and you can see Fallen just, you know, just making small movements. The rest of SK Gaming slowly coming in towards the B side. They had this mid-control the entire time. First going to shut down the rotation, and you should see them coming through vent very promptly. Taco and Phelps, I think, just working in unison, making a bit of noise. Fallen is in prime position to, I guess, make the trade if anything happens, and it's going to be a decoy towards the A side as soon as the smoke's blown. That's Def actually getting the first pick. There you happen. Oh, Def! That is sharp players coming out, but they're just drawing bullets.
Oh,
Def with a 3 kill, with 4 kills. Whips out the pistol. Android comes in and assists with the tagging, but huge players coming out from Def to hold on towards that B side. Complexity given a bit of a life as SK Gaming, I guess, a little bit shell-shocked at a huge play coming out from Def.
Def with... They were all headshots too. I mean, first one, they had the pistol and managed to grab himself a rifle, or had a rifle and then upgraded that and then got himself a lot more kills. That was insanely sharp. And then finishing off with the pistol as well. That was just big plays out of Def. And at least for now, Complexity saying, all right, SK, we see you. we're not out of this yet. We can do this as well. We can aim, you can aim, we can aim. We're going to answer back with everything we've got. But that said, so are SK. Admittedly, a bit under-resourced this time. They've got 4 AKs, Fallen going to be stuck on that coL, but still enough utility. I mean, what, 3 smokes, a couple flashbangs, a Molotov. They've got enough to make at least a decent execute out of this. And then once they've got a decent execute, all they need to do is just finish up with their aim that we've already seen is so sharp. But for now, Complexity looking like they are, in this round at least, potentially going to be in the driver's seat.
Oh, I think they're just currently just lining up the smokes to get that mid control once again. There's 2 members over. Depth, obviously the hero of the previous round, looking to see if he can do some more damage on towards SK. Whereas he may have just been spotted out. A stray bullet goes near his head, but he's not deterred by that. He's going to start pushing in for some more information. Has spotted out coL, hopping across. But similarly, coL now knows as a counter-terrorist towards that white box. As for the rest of the members of SK, slowly moving towards the A site now. Uber, so much work to do. He's down towards 10 HP. He is a single bullet away from collapsing. And SK just going to be maneuvering behind the smoke grenade, not making too much noise here. You can see that attack coming out through, I guess, highway as well. That pincer maneuver, because Phelps is the first to strike. Takes down Def. Uber gets one, can't get the second, too low, but tags Taco down quite low. Surreal's fallen all the way back towards Truck. And this may be it for Complexity, because Phelps now just shutting down that lurk potential. Bomb plant should go down. As Complexity spraying through. Well, Phelps makes his position known. They're going to try and collapse upon Phelps. Ooh. They will be able to get that kill, so this is actually doable for Complexity.
Taco sitting on just 4 HP as well, so he's an easy kill if Complexity can get there and find him, but he's going to be boosted up over the top. Well, that's cold 0 anyway. Taco in main. That Molotov is perfect to deny that boost, though. Taco does point out towards Truck, but Desi going to get the kill on coL. They now know one is in their main. They know the other boosting player has to be here, but it's Fallen. He's getting kills as well. Now Taco, 4 HP, bomb planted. Not for him, actually. They can defuse that from inside the site. They're going to be sticking it as well. That's going to be Surreal staying on that one, and Taco has to give up, has to fall back. It's worth noting in there's 21 bullets as well. He fired everything else in his AK in that round. Lots of spamming being done, but no round win.
Yeah, unfortunately, it wasn't planned out wide enough, and that was a great retake coming out from Complexity. Credit due where it should be. That was great Molotov use to deny the areas they thought the teams were going to be, and they followed it up by making sure to take down the T. So SK Gaming are going to force up back into this. How are they going to change it up, though? It looks like they're going very, very fast out mid. coL trying to replicate his heroics to the Desert Eagle. Not going to land it this time. Fast out A this time. Uber. He's on full HP this time. Let's see how he can hold it off his spur. Putting a lot of pressure on the Tech 9 towards Def, and Def can't land those shots. And it's just very hard for him to track at the moment. Ooh. And there's Taco getting a kill. Surreal does manage to get the trade with the AWP. Fallen trying to find a gun. He will be able to find himself an AK-47. So still tight. 2 on 3. With the bomb planted for A-main this time. They've learned from the mistake, sneaking very close towards that smoke at Forklift, and Taco's going to pay the price. All up to Fallen. 1 on 3. Don't know where he is. Ooh. What a sharp shot on towards Surreal, but he doesn't realize they're crossing the site. They almost line up for him, but they can't. He can't calibrate his aim to get the body shots. They should be able to retrieve, I believe, the AWP. I think Android's looking for a gun, but Complexity coming ever closer towards double digits. It's still not over yet.
Yeah, Complexity putting up a very good fight on both of these maps. Actually taking SK perhaps a lot further than I was expecting, so great to see out of them. And again, as we said in the last map, always positives for Complexity as they come into this one. And they're looking good to be able to compete within NA this year. So I'm excited to see what the rest of 2017 holds for them. But right now, we need to see what the rest of this map holds for them, as they are 9-14 against SK. They do have another buyout here, so Real's going to have himself the AWP, and there's going to be no answering sniper rifle on SK. So they have that going for them at least for now, Complexity, but that smoke shutting down that angle. SK too smart to peek before it blooms, so no free kill there for the AWP of Surreal. And SK just playing this one smart with the counter boost already coming out from Def. We're going to get up the top, maybe not going to push over just yet, as he wants to see if they are going to come his way and pop up from the other side. Of course, we know what he does and that they're not going to do that, and Surreal about to have a lot of pressure for him on this B side. And actually, this is smart. coL wrapping back through, going out in defense. I don't think Desi heard it, and coL's going to be able to shut down 1, shut down 2, almost the 3rd as well. But Android stuck in a very rough position. Will eventually find the 2K to trade it back. So 2 for 2. But that was smart from SK. Before they even go to the site, they boost vents to try and shut down the mid presence, which means now, if they choose to take it, mid is going to be considerably less defended.
Furs just waiting towards Squeaky. Now, SK Gaming a little bit scattered out. 50 seconds still left in the time. It looks like they are going towards the A site at the end of the day. So this is up to Taco to make noise. Fur will bust out at the very last moment. He's trying to suss for information. This all boils down to whether Taco can make a good enough distraction. If he can take down Surreal, this is going to be a successful A take. 100%, because the rest of Complexity are going to start rotating over. And you can see right now, Uber has so much work to do. SK Gaming just waiting. All they want for Complexity is to come into their arms. They want Complexity to go, I need to push for information. You can see at the moment, they're just waiting patiently, not giving up any opportunities for, just moving up and down. He's got the smoke grenade, just trying to figure out the timing, and there you have it.
Oh, the
There's Taco
rotate.
getting his first pick. Surreal will get the trade, but they're coming onto the air side. Fallen will take him out. It's all up to Surreal. 1 and 2 has a smoke and flashbang to work with. You see Fur playing very aggressively. He will peel out the AK. He's playing such a close angle. Gets that headshot, and now SK Gaming on match point.
That was really smart from Fur as well. Smokes off behind himself to make it look like the remaining 2 SK members are both going to be playing inside the site. Bit of a fake, that one, but he drops it behind and, maybe trying to fool Surreal into thinking, the CT or the T's are both going to be in the site. They're both playing together. They're waiting for you. Instead, drops the smoke behind himself and pushes in front of it. And Surreal, by no means expecting that. And now look at the buy from Complexity. They have 2 CZs, a Desert Eagle, an M4, and, well, not an M4, actually. As Fallen has something to say about that before I even finish my sentence. And a 5.7 is what I was going for. The M4 is going to be retrieved by Surreal. But surely you think SK will be closing this one out. They're not a team who throws away man advantages.
Yeah, they're just slowly picking it off at the moment. cold Zero just holding towards the B side. Complexity are trying to push in and gain as much territory as possible. You can see 2 towards Squeaky. They were trying to challenge both Taco and Fallen, but Fallen not having any nonsense whatsoever. Picking up 2. He wants to close this out. 16-9 right now. Complexity, 2 members left. Surreal's got the M4. Def has to pull out something miraculous with the CZ. 12 bullets to get this many kills, and he can't even get the first one. This may be all over. Surreal is going to try his best, but a 1 on 5. You think that this is probably all over, and SK Gaming just proving too dominant. That said, though, Complexity, great performance coming out from them. Fallen misses a shot. Phelps, though, getting the trade. SK Gaming going to take tonight 2-0 as well. 16-10, 16-9. But Complexity, nothing to be embarrassed about. Showing some class, showing some confidence and ability. Definitely a team to be watching out for in the future.
Exactly. I mean, if we look at their round score total, 32 and 19, definitely not bad. They won more than half the rounds, which I suppose would have been the goal going up against a team like SK. So, of course, well played to SK for closing it out. But I think this one, the storyline here is Complexity learning that, sure, you can come up against a team who is massively more dominant than you, but that doesn't mean that you have to lose. And I really enjoyed the fact that, they didn't count themselves out immediately. They thought, we're going to play with, respect or no respect, no matter how we're going to do it, we're going to try and take it to SK. And I think they did.
Yeah, definitely. They definitely showed no fear, and they had a lot of respect for SK. You can see that in the gameplay, but at the same time, they didn't let that overall, I guess, their aggressive play, and it worked out for them, in some rounds. Didn't work out for them in other rounds, but that's okay. Because at the very least, you put on a good performance, and even though you didn't get the victory, it's going to be a confidence booster going forward. For SK Gaming, taking the 2-0, obviously a dominating start towards their season so far, they're going to keep it up.
Yeah, for SK, really business as usual there. They would have been coming into that thinking, sure, we can beat Complexity 2-0. That would have been their thoughts. And yeah, for them, just another day in ESL Pro League. But Complexity, I think, they'll have a lot to look at with that. They can grab the demo for that and they can say, when we lost a round, what went wrong? Was it, to go back to Overpass, for example, with what you were talking about, did we lose a round perhaps because we didn't have toilets control? The answer to that may be yes. How can we, change our CT default or our T default to adapt for that on case, we're the first half, of course, they're going to look at the demo and be like, all right, we lost because cold destroyed us on the B side and Fallen destroyed us in mid and the rifles destroyed us on A. There's not much they can really take from that apart from getting out-aimed, maybe optimizing grenade usage, but still definitely good things for them and good games on the whole.
I think the important part for Complexity is the experience aspect. The more experience they're going to gain, it's going to be better for them. But otherwise, on the side of SK Gaming, that's a dream start, You start off strong. I mean, Phelps, had a bit of an underwhelming performance. I mean, we were expecting, I guess, a little bit more out of Phelps. He was caught out of position a couple of times, but you saw a lot of the time he was sacrificial lamb for the team, more than willing to make that selfless team play to make sure his team could take the victory. And as ever, watching Fallen, cold Zero, and even Fur just absolutely rip apart their opposition, absolutely beautiful to watch.
Of course, always a pleasure to watch. And it's also worth noting in the case of Phelps that he's coming into this team very recently. I mean, I think it's been the last 3 weeks or so that his roster change with FNX, or his roster swap, I guess, with FNX, was finally announced. So maybe, I mean, he's been practicing with these guys for a while. He's popped up on, I think, their Instagram and stuff like that since the E-League Major. So he's been around for a while, but maybe not quite prepared. The other thing is, it also looked like he was playing a lot of FNX's role. So maybe not quite adapting to that, but not a major issue either way. He'll have more time to continue with his team and be able to, I suppose, improve both individually and as a team player, and a 2-0 for SK, really.
Absolutely.
They're going to be happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like you can nitpick a little bit more about all of their performance, but ultimately, at the end of the day, as people would say, a win's a win, and that's what they wanted.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Of course. And again, SK, that's the expected result for them. Complexity going to be moving forward. I think they've won. I think they're 1-3 now in standings, something along those lines. So they'll be looking to do more going forwards. Maybe not expecting more against SK, but I mean, if nothing else, they're learning what maps they can play on against higher tier opposition. Because maybe when they've been scrimming, you know, other NA teams maybe who aren't the same level as SK, or they've been scrimming. I suppose they've been playing in lower tier leagues. So to come into Pro League and to be able to play all these different maps, they're going to learn where they're comfortable and where they're not, and that's only going to be helpful going forwards.
Absolutely. So let's take a look towards, I guess, a recap of today. The final the final schedule is, wow, look at that. Overtime on the main stream. Just recapping our stream first, though. CLG taking a 2-0 early on the day. 16-14 over Winterfox and 16-5. A very dominating victory over Winterfox. Winterfox a lot still to learn. And CLG, great stuff coming out from them after, I guess, a bit of a difficult day against Selfless yesterday. And then SK is taking that 2-0 off Complexity. Complexity showing a great fight on the mainstream. Team Liquid taking it 2-0, 16-11, 16-5. Very similar scores towards, I guess, what CLG did to Winterfox. And while Renegades and Luminosity Gaming, they're going to be matching up soon. It went into overtime at coBel, but Luminosity Gaming took that. So definitely something to be looking out forward. And here are our standings so far. Notwithstanding, obviously, the Renegades up against Luminosity Gaming result, and SK as well as Optic clearly on the top. CLG 3-1, you know, it's a dominating start. It's a good start, but still waiting for, you know, for Cloud9 as well as, I guess, the rest of the teams just to play out the rest of their matches. Renegades 0-3, not looking particularly good.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing as well, because a lot of these teams, well, half these teams have only played 2 of their games. They've all got 4 to play. Although, one thing that I find interesting, looking at Optic and SK, the teams who are sitting up there on 4-0, there's only a 2-round difference in their wins, which means that, at least on paper, they're performing very similarly. Of course, different opponents, different maps, all of that will change everything, but at least statistically, it's nice to see Optic shining, even with that recent roster change.
Absolutely, and I think it'll just work out for them the more they play. Same with, you know, the Phelps. The more he's going to play alongside the team, the more he's going to be able to integrate. So let's just take a quick look at match day number 4. What do we have in terms of the action? So just one stream, so unfortunately you won't be able to see us, or fortunately, depending on your attitude. But Team Liquid up against NRG to really, I guess, wrap up the proceedings of the first week. And Luminosity Gaming up against CLG. That's definitely something sharp.
Yeah, I mean, that'll be a good matchup to see. We've seen both CLG and, well, Luminosity over on the mainstream today. We covered NRG a couple days ago, and Liquid have been playing a lot as well. So it'll be interesting to see how these matchups go. I think they should be pretty even on the whole. I mean, Luminosity playing against Immortals yesterday did fairly well. I think they went 1-1, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But
it was 2-0 towards Immortals, but Luminosity Gaming definitely drove Immortals the entire way. And you can see, drove Renegades the entire way, and Luminosity Gaming definitely stepping up and showing that they're a serious threat.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll have to see how all of that goes, but that will be, I believe, next Tuesday American time. You'll have to be over on the mainstream for that, as there's no more games for us to cover, but we'll be soon that we'll be back, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. But until then, we're just going to, I guess, sign off for now. My name's Karath. I've been joined by Brainstorm, and thank you very much for tuning in towards the ESL Pro League Season 5 NA. I was going to say NA Division. That's the word I was going to say. Take care and have a good night.